Hi and welcome, I'm Shiloh. Today I just like to do some pruning with you, pruning of fruit trees. We have an orchard here with like 35 different kinds of apples, 15 different pears and plums and peaches, nectarines and prunes and cherries. And so the first thing that I like to explain about pruning, the tools that we maybe need. And the first one, that would be some secateurs that are sharp and make a nice clean cut. And then we also have some loppers to cut bigger branches. And also we have a pruning saw that, there are different types available. I like this one because with a very simple grip of pressing a button, it can turn the blade and go into very narrow spaces in a tree to cut a branch in the right angle. And then once the right direction, we clip them in and can start using it. And we also have different ladders, depends what kind of size trees you want to prune, and make sure that you get a ladder that is firm and stable. And particularly when you prune on a slope, make sure that you will never put the ladder this way like on a slope, because if you stand up here it will tip and could create a problem for you, because it can suddenly do such a thing. So on a slope you would always place them in a way that this is parallel, and then from there you can go around the tree keeping it 2 feet down and the foot there on the upper slope. And so we start some pruning now. So here we have an apple tree, and whether it is the top of a bigger tree or just a small tree that has just been planted, it is important to get the shape of the tree right. And for this, what we're going to do, and I have actually just already cut one branch off, and I'm just gonna show you here that this is the branch. And often a tree makes a competition leader, and that's usually the second bud, and it's important to always take that off so we end up with a single nice stem of tree. And depending on the growth a little bit, but ideally to activate the growth for the next year, most fruit trees will respond very well to cut them down to about halfway, and just 2 to 3 millimeters above a bud. And from here it will grow. So this will be the central leader and will make the next row of branches here. And when we come down to the branches which were made last year, we see that if we can get like 4 branches on a ring, that would make an ideal covering of the tree all around. And when we have a double one in one place, we would take one out, so we don't end up with having 2 branches too close together. And then the same here, we would take off 50%, halfway, to a bud that points outward from the tree, so the branch will grow this way. And we take them all off in about halfway down. And if we have any branches coming towards the center, we take them out again. And then we see here for example, in the tip of a little branch, often we have a fruit bud, and you will see the difference between fruit buds and leaf buds is that the fruit buds in winter, they are already much more developed and much bigger where the flowers are going to appear. So a branch like this, or even here, we see also clearly the fruit bud in the center, in the front, and it will make flowers, fruit, and it will bend down and produce fruit. And that's what they're going to do. But these ones here, which we prune to just a leaf bud, it will activate the growth for the branch to grow stronger and longer. Really close up of how to cut with apple or pears or yeah, most fruit trees. We cut basically 2 millimeters from the bud and cut it off in a light angle, and so the branch will grow from here and make a strong growth. There is a possibility if you leave a stump that will actually stop the branch growing, because it will create a dead end. So this is how we make sure that we get a good and strong growth for the next summer. So here we're going to prune a little bigger apple tree, and what we look out for is basically branches that go towards the central stem inside. We start to take them out, and so in that way there is enough light coming through to the fruit that is going to be growing on this tree. Like shoots that go back into the tree, we take them off. We also look out for broken branches that broke last year with the weight of the fruit, and we're going to take them off. And this branch has about the right length, so we're not going to activate the growth. And here we have a fruit bud at the end that will come down and make some fruit, or come down with the weight of the fruit. Here again we have the branches that go towards the center. From the top of the branch we take them out, and that one parallel to the branch, take it off. And this one will make flowers here, fruit, and bend down as a fruit branch. Another one straight up, take it away. And here we have one more that comes up, a little one here that comes this way. That one with a little more space here, and that one returning towards the tree, we take it off. And so this branch is long enough for now, so we take it down to a fruit bud, and that way the branch will stop to grow longer and produce fruit here for the year, and that will strengthen the branch to bear more fruit. And this branch is sort of slowly starting to get too long, so we take it back into a 2 or even 3 year growth, and that will very much also stop the branch to grow much longer, but will more so produce fruit. We have shoots that go from the top of the branch straight up, and we also going to take these ones off. And the same, those ones which come in the middle down, we take them off. So basically we leave the fruiting branches or buds that are to the side of the branch. We have another one going straight up, and we take it away. And whenever two branches are very close, we take one off, and so that one has the light and the space to grow. We also thin out some of the branches, so we do not get too many fruit buds, which would mean that the tree would produce a lot of small fruit, and we want to avoid that. This one is pointing up onto the other branch, and we take it off. But I think I need the loppers for this. So here I'm going to show you a little bit more in detail when you want to cut off a branch that is on a steep angle, and we need to take it off. And what we can do with such a pruning saw, there's a clip here and release, and I can turn the blade and then bring it into here, into a steep angle, and cut the branch in the right angle, so we will get a nice cut where we take the branch off. So that way this can regrow and close up very nicely. Whenever we need to do like a bigger cut, it is very good to seal it off, so we have no fungal growth until the tree has closed up the wound again. And here I have a mixture of beeswax and linseed oil, and so this is, I'm gonna, seal off the branch in that way. And we're just going to prune this pear tree and shape it. So here again at the tip, pears are quite similar to apples as well. Now at the tip we have a large bud, which is the fruit bud, and all the 1 year growth has leaf buds. And if we want the branch to strengthen and grow further and strong, we take it back to a bud that is pointing downwards, so the branch is going to continue to grow this way, and we take it off 2 to 3 millimeters above the bud. And we may like to have this branch also getting stronger, so we take the fruit bud away a little bit back to a bud that points outward from the trunk of the tree. And that way the branch becomes longer and stronger. Yeah, pear trees, they also, you know, here made a lot of fruit bats, and all the fruit bats that have the tendency to grow down from the branch, we take them off. And same with this tree here, we take those ones away, and we're going to, yeah, pear trees have a tendency to grow straight up with the branches. So here I just show you how I shape the trees so the branches will have the right angle. And pear trees ideally are about in a 60 to 70 degree angle, and then the fruiting wood will start to hang down from those branches. Where with apple trees we more so look at an angle of 45 degrees, and those angles, they will slowly come lower over the years as the trees bear fruit. To shape this branch here, we're going to put a stick into here, and what we do, we look out for anything that can be used. I use a hazelnut shoot here that often grows abundantly on our farm, and we find a nice sturdy fork so to cut it off, and then we kind of look how long a stick we want to have, and see how far the branch should come down, and I think that would be about here. And then I'll take the loppers, and there is a way to cut a V into the stick, and we look out for, so this is on a, like on that angle, and on the side of this we come down, and that's where we cut in. We have this part of the loppers, you know, that is flat in an angle to the branch, and cut in halfway to the branch. Then turn the branch and do it on the other side. And that way we have a nice V here, and we can place this stick into the tree, and that will give us the shape. I will continue pruning on this tree and shaping it, putting the branches out, and you will see the end result of once we have done that. And I maybe just show one more thing, if we come closer here, that on this side of the tree has kind of refused to make a branch, and finally we have a little bit of growth here on this little branch. And what I'm going to do, I just take the fruit bat off, and that creates a possibility for here a branch to grow, and then we would build and strengthen this branch by cutting it back each year until it becomes a full-size branch. So I also like to have a look with you at the orchard in the late summer, and we have a lot of ripe fruit on the trees now, and so we can see also the results of our pruning of trees. And this pear tree is absolutely loaded with pears, and we can see how the thinner branches, they bend down with the weight of the fruit. And but there is also a tendency always to have too many fruit buds on or flowering buds when we do the pruning. But sometimes some thinning of fruit is needed so the branches will not break. And we go a little bit closer now and then have a look at also the apples that are close by. So this time in the year, most of the cherries and the stone fruit like the plums, they have been picked, but it's a beautiful, abundant summer now for apples and pears. And often it helps if the fruit does not touch each other, because that's a place where very easily leaf rollers can make their home and damage the fruit. But here we have a beautiful crop of apples, and we're just gonna have a look at another few places in the orchard and see how the trees are looking. Here we have another abundant pear, and this pear, actually this particular pear here, we found growing on the side of the road and decided to bring some graft to it, and now it's a wonderful addition of a different variety that we have in our orchard. And here we have a very late variety, and they are still a couple of months away from picking, and they will keep us through the winter. And here we have another abundant tree, and as we see here, with the weight of the fruit, the branch has come down a lot, and it is possible also sometimes, if we don't want to put, pick off fruit, we can just chop up the branch so it will not lose its strength for next year. And another thing of, when we pick the fruit, when it comes the time to actually, pick it, it is important that they somehow come close to being really properly ripe, because in the last days of ripening, they really build up the micronutrients, and that's what makes naturally grown fruit, tree ripened, so valuable,